Confidence is not just a feeling. Confidence is a lifestyle. You think you're going to wake up one day and suddenly be confident? No. You need to work on your confidence. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to move with intention. And you need to tap into that power that's waiting inside of you. Not that temporary type of confidence you feel when you look good, when you're feeling good about yourself, some good news came your way. No, I'm talking about that deep rooted confidence that is unshakable, regardless of what anybody says or what life throws your way. Because if you don't have that solid confidence, this world is going to tell you who you are because you're not going to understand what you're truly made of. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you today. How to be truly confident and in your power. The fundamentals, the non-negotiables that your level up journey requires. Because remember, there are always better versions of yourself waiting for you to step into. So let's get started. Your confidence is directly affected by how much you pour into yourself, how much you love yourself, and how much you take care of yourself. They go hand in hand. And this is where discipline comes in. You get shit done because you know it's important for you. You don't wait on feeling like it. You don't depend on motivation. You do it because it's important to you. And what happens when you keep doing that over and over again? You become confident. You feel empowered. And that's how you're going to embody that energy. That's what confidence looks like. Confidence isn't just this thing you have. You have to earn it. You have to work towards it. Staying stuck is hard, and routines and discipline are hard, but you got to choose between which side you're going to go on. Because staying stuck comes with no rewards. It comes with feeling worse about yourself. But feeling that pressure of the discipline and getting things done, it comes with a lot of rewards. Both situations may not be ideal, but at least one is going to bless you with the abundance that's waiting for you. That's what you got to understand. You need to get out of your way because there's a lot of abundance waiting for you to tap into. But it's not going to happen with all the noise, all the distractions, all the stuff around you that is not working in your favor. So it's not just about looking good, feeling good. That's not what confidence is about. Confidence is about looking at struggles straight in the face, is overcoming stuff, trusting yourself. That's what confidence is. And showing up for yourself over and over again and getting out of your own way is how you build that trust. That true internal trust that you got yourself. So loving yourself means getting up in the morning and moving your body and making sure your mind's clear, meditating. Those are the types of things that you need to feed yourself. You're aware, you're tapped in, you're focused, and you're not perfect. Confidence is not perfection. Confidence is just coming back to yourself over and over and giving yourself those boosts of encouragement and trust and fuel that you need, because you're not going to let yourself fall. You're going to keep going. And that's how you build that inner strength. And that's what you truly need to accomplish your goals and your dreams. And you don't have to do everything overnight. That's the thing. You have to take steps. But the good thing is, when you look back in 6 months and a year, you're going to see how far you've come. And that's the reward. That's the beauty of it. And along the way, you're going to start to feel that boost, that confidence, that inner power and energy that you can't buy. So cut out what is not working and invite in more of what is working. You need to get out of your own way. The biggest example of this is checking that inner voice, checking that inner dialogue, because a lot of times you're talking yourself out of things. It's so important to familiarize yourself with your inner dialogue and cultivating a healthy relationship with it. Because often enough, we are telling ourselves we're not worthy enough. How are we going to do something? All that fear-based dialogue inside. You're talking yourself out of things. You are convincing yourself that you lack greatness. All that fear-based chatter inside is you. Nobody's putting that in you. Even if something happens, if you're not intentional with that inner voice and those thoughts, they're going to run wild, and you cannot afford that. So sometimes you are the one that's keeping you stuck. You want to blame the world, you want to blame the past, you want to blame people, but it's really yourself that's in your own way. So you need to start to work on that. You need to start to check that voice, redirect that voice. You need to become intentional with what you're feeding yourself, with what you're consuming, whether that's social media, television, podcasts, whatever it is. And you need to create an environment that works in your favor. And sometimes these things are in our field and we're unconscious about it. We don't even realize. That's why you need to write this down. You need to really think about it. So you're not just living unconsciously. There's only so many hours in a day, only so much energy that you can put out. So you need to start to get very serious about the process of cutting out and letting go of what is no longer serving you. Whether that's your habits, whether that's your thoughts, whether that's people, you need to really zero in on what fuels you and not what drains you. You need to do an audit of your environment, of your thoughts, everything, and make sure things align with where you're trying to go and your dream life. Number 3, you move with authenticity. You don't try to fit into molds of what other people are telling you, what social media tells you. No. And the more authentic you are, the more you're going to attract what's aligned with your highest good. The universe favors authenticity. It's a very powerful energy. That journey of self-realization, doing your inner work, going deep inside, will allow you to really understand who you truly are and what's your truth and what's authentic to you. This whole thing about being perfect, you need to let it go. You're not perfect. Nobody else is perfect. Perfection is tapping into your authenticity. That's your perfection. That's what perfect means for you. So don't sleep on your authentic self. Stop shying away from who you truly are. And stop trying to fit into the mold that everybody's trying to put you in. It doesn't work. Life is not as favorable when you live like that. So if you want to be confident, become authentic to who you are. Get to know yourself and detach that from the rest of the world and the outside noise. The more authentic you are, the more you're aligning your life and your energy with what's meant for you. You need to start honoring your truths and who you truly are and what you truly like, regardless of what people think about it. There's so much power in authenticity. I can't even tell you. And that's when you start to live in confidence. You need to not only create, but you need to be firm and set boundaries. Whether that's boundaries with yourself, like we just discussed, or boundaries with the outside world and other people. You need to become comfortable with saying no without apologizing for it. Because you know why? Whatever you're saying no to doesn't feel good to you. That's exactly how I determine what type of boundary is needed, is how it affects my energy and my mental health. If I have a habit that does not feel good, or there's a person in my life that every time I leave, I don't feel right inside, I need to listen to that voice. I need to listen to that feeling. And that's how I determine what requires a boundary and how high that wall needs to be. Because if you don't, things will shift you. Things will knock you off of your throne. And you need to make sure that seat is secured. So you can't mess around with things that impact you negatively. You just can't. Because that is going to free up what's meant for you. That's going to make you feel good. And that's how you're going to feel that energy of confidence and power. Not by just allowing everything and everyone access to you. No. First of all, that's not even divine. The divine feminine does not work like that and does not roll like that. So you need to become really aware of yourself, your thoughts, your energy, and set boundaries accordingly. And that can be as simple as what time you go to bed, because you know after a certain hour, you don't feel good in the morning. You don't have that bright energy that you need to conquer your day. So if that's the case, you need to set up a boundary and go to sleep early. So you need to do an audit again and understand what requires boundaries in your life. And you need to stick to them and be unapologetic about it. Another way to truly embody confidence is by trusting the universe, trusting divine order, trusting what's meant for you will find you. And most of all, handling setbacks with grace, handling them with an energy of just knowing that for whatever reason this thing occurred, it's trying to teach you something. It's leading you to where you're truly meant to go. Because if you sit in fear, if you sit in worry, not only does it stress you out, but it occupies way too much of your energy. So to be able to handle things and stay calm through them, and most of all, trusting the universe and God and that everything is happening for a reason, that energy itself is so empowering. Because when you get out of that situation and you look back and you're like, okay, I understand it. And you're like, oh, now it makes sense. Now I understand why it had to happen like that. Number one, you didn't waste unnecessary energy because the outcome was the same. And number two, you start to build trust. Your energy wasn't tangled up in the fear. So because you're clear-minded and calm, and you see the situation fixed and handled itself, and the universe stepped in and did what it needed to do, guided you and got you out of X, Y, and Z, that's how you start to trust yourself. You start to trust the universe and, of course, God. That what's meant for you will find you. You are being divinely guided. Things will unfold as they need to. And that energy will attract everything that you need to you. That's where the abundance is when you know how to be graceful through things. And you don't waste that precious energy on thoughts and feelings that don't make you feel good. This is where self-love also comes in, because you love yourself enough to hold yourself down through difficult times, just like a loved one would, or just like you would do for somebody that you really care about. Your confidence is one of your biggest assets. So you can't afford to waste it anymore. Use your confidence because it's inside of you. You just forgot about it somewhere along the way. Whether other people convinced you you're not confident, whether life started proving to you that you're not worthy enough, no, we're taking all that power back today. You may think you're not confident, but that's an illusion. So don't let fear stop you. On the other side of fear is always those blessings. A lot of this has to do with relationships. The relationship with yourself, the relationship with your boundaries, the relationship with your authentic self, and your relationship with the setbacks of life. The more you work on these relationships and the healthier you keep them, the better you're going to feel and the more empowered you're going to feel and the more confident you're going to feel. It's a domino effect. And it starts with being intentional with all of them. Gone are the days that you're just letting life happen to you. No, you're taking control. And you are going to build and earn that confidence because it's yours and it's waiting for you. So stop convincing yourself the confidence has to do with looks. The confidence has to do with how much you have. No. Confidence really truly starts inside of you. And it's not always a pretty ride. But as you go on the journey, you will rise. You will feel better about yourself as time goes on. Doesn't matter where you're starting. And so that level up journey is going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. It's going to require you to put some effort into it. But it is the best investment you will ever make. Never stop pouring into yourself. Because when you stop pouring into yourself, you stop pouring into your confidence and your inner power. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you for the next episode. Thank you for all the love and support. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.